Hello everybody, welcome to M&G Hydraulic Technologies live stream. Today I'm going to be working on this Stihl FS55R. Most of you may have already remember from yesterday's live stream. We're going to be figuring out why this don't start. Now I have a friend that bought this at a pawn shop for $70, and they took the risk of going ahead and purchasing it with the hopes that I will be able to fix it. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and see what we can do with this machine here. So thank you for joining my channel, and let's get this machine fixed and ready to go. And if you have any questions or anything, please put it there in the comments and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Once again, this is a FS55R brush cutter, and we're going to be repairing it. Once again, it was bought at a pawn shop and it's not running very good. So we're going to go ahead and fix it, and I'm going to show you guys what to look for to make sure that it runs right. And if we need to replace anything like a spark plug, fuel filter, air filter. I did notice that the purge pump, the little bubble that you push for the gas, I did notice that it's about to crack, so I got another one already, so we're going to replace that as well. We're going to just kind of check it over and find out why it's not starting. So once again, thank you for joining, and let's go ahead and get started. Let's go, let's go. Alright, alrighty. I'm going to try my best, even though it's going to be hard, to follow along with you guys on. Let me see if I can make this a little bit better for you guys so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. We're going to be taking off this air filter right here. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing here. We'll take that off. Put that to the side. This is your air filter right here. Let's go ahead and take this off. Doesn't look too bad. I don't believe this is the reason why it's not running right. We're going to leave that alone and keep moving. I'm going to put some gloves on real quick before I get more deep into this machine. So give me a second while I go get some gloves on. Here. That should be good. And some eye protection as well. Always safety first. You never want to skip out on the safety. Safety is first. So thank you guys for joining me. This is the Stihl FS55R brush cutter that my friend said was not working. He got it at a pawn shop for $70, and he believes in me. So Jessica Andrews, my dad is up in heaven. Well, that's a good place to be. I can't wait till I go up there. He's lucky. He's lucky he made it there. But I'm sorry to hear that, but at the same time, I'm happy to hear that, because whatever it may be, he's no longer in pain. And there's no crying. There's no mourning. It's all joy. What a day it will be of rejoicing. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this air filter box off. That way I can get closer to the carburetor over here. By the way, thanks Jessica for jumping on my live stream. Thank you so much. Passed away last July. Oh wow, last July. Okay, so he's been with the Lord Christ Jesus for a little over a year. He got to spend his birthday up there. That's the way I try to look at it. I don't try to look at it in a negative way. Honestly, I can't wait till I go myself. Not that I don't want to be around my children or be around my friends and all, but it's just that we all want to go there. Hope you agree with me. One day you will see him there. Alright, so I'm taking off these 8mm little nuts here. They're real tiny. You got to be careful. These little guys right here, they're very, very tiny. Family Wala. Hello, Family Wala. Aap kaise ho? Jessica, these Family Walla's from India. She's a real good friend of mine, and she's on the channel, supporting the channel. So thank you, Family Walla. But yes, thank you for understanding, Jessica. Yeah, what an awesome day it'll be. Alright, so I'm taking off this last one here so I can pull this box off. There you go. Excellent. Alrighty. What kind of work do you do, Jessica, if you don't mind me asking? You're from New York? Oh, I got a friend that lives in, what is it, Hamsburg, New York, over there by North Boston, New York, up in that area. Mark King. Oh, we might have a fuel line here that's got a cut in it or something. I see some residue right there. Hello, Family Walla. Up May Nachahon. Yes, May Nachahon. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to replace this bubble right here. You can see this one right here. I'm going to replace it. Family Walla, hello. The Potter. Oh, wow. Potter man. Mr. Indian Pottery. Hello. Hello, my friend. Hello. Haven't seen your channel in a long time. Is everything okay? Alright, so I want to make sure that there's nothing torn on these fuel lines, because I do see some oily residue. That's not really a good sign. Harshu. Hello, Harshu. Mr. Indian Pottery. Okay, great. Great. I need to go check your channel out. I have not seen new videos. You always make lots and lots of pottery. Yes, awesome. Yeah, Jessica, so you're in New York. What kind of work, what kind of job do you have, if you don't mind me asking? You might have answered that already, but I was not able to see. How are you? Harshu, I am doing wonderful. Thank you. How are you doing? How is Harshu doing? Harshu, okay. So we don't need to pull that out all the way. I just need to get these 4 screws, and I can kind of show you these 4 screws right here. That's what I'm going to loosen up to replace. I'll try to get this a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. Your name is Raju. Oh, okay. Raju. Yes. Family Walla. Family is good. Thank you for asking. Family is good. And Raju, how are you doing, my friend? We're going to loosen these right here. And that's going to give me access to this bubble right here so I can replace it, because it's got a hole in it and it's leaking. That's probably where all this gasoline is coming down the fuel lines. It's probably because of this bubble right here. So, oh wow, that was kind of loose already. Yeah, these are loose. It's like somebody already been in here trying to fix it. Okay. Somebody's trying to fix it already. Let's see here. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, right there. Shanti. Sister Shanti. Hello, Sister Shanti. How is Sister Shanti doing today? I know it's late in India, maybe 11:30. I believe 11:30 or something like that. Or no, maybe 9:30, or I forgot. But it's, thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. How to Shoot, thank you for the membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Radhe, radhe, radhe. Radhe, radhe, radhe. Okay, so we're going to replace this bubble. Here's the new one right here. I'm going to put this one right there. Just put this right here. You got to be very careful so nothing falls. Okay, good, good. Here we go. I'm going to take it off. and I'm going to replace it. Alright, I got to focus here, so I'm not going to be able to look at your questions real quick for a little minute, so please understand. Please understand. Here we go. So I'm just going to replace the bad one. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. Just push this down. Just like that. No good. No good. Put it right here. We're going to get the good one. I'm going to put it in there. Okay, come on. Come on. Oh no, this is not working out good. This is giving me a hard time. Oh my goodness. Hello, Suman sister. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of trash in there. Let me clean out that ugly trash real quick. All that, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a lot of trash right there that's not good for the machine. I'm going to clean it. I am good. I am good. I am good. How are you? Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see here. Shanti, I am doing good, Shanti. Thank you. How are you doing? Wow, lots of dirt. We got lots of dirt. Oops, let me bring this back. We got a lot of dirt up there, and that's not good. That means the fuel filter must be very dirty. So let's get this dirt out of there. Put this back on. Very carefully. So a little while ago I checked if it had spark, and the machine does have spark, so that's a good thing. Here we go. Let me move the light so we can get better light. Okay, right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Swapna recipes. I am doing good. Thank you. How are you doing? How is everybody doing? Is it still cold in India, or did it get a little bit hot? Hot day or cold day? Because in America it is going to be about 85 degrees today, which is kind of good because we're normally in 100. But God is going to give us a little bit of cold air today. So yes. Yes. Acha. 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 Alright, so we're going to take this carburetor off, and we're going to check out the fuel filter. I'm going to see if I can get it out through the fuel cap. Speaking of the fuel, I already drained this gasoline that was in there. I am eating dinner. What's for dinner? What is for dinner? What is for dinner? Please tell me. Please tell me. Oh my. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. Wow. This is a carburetor, very little thing, carburetor. I don't think anything is wrong with it other than the bubble had a hole, so we replaced it with a new one. Now I'm gonna take the fuel line out, this green. This is the fuel line. I'm gonna take it out so I can get to the fuel filter and replace the fuel filter. Food pulihora. Wow, pulihora. I never heard of that. Pulihora. Wow. Pulihora. Okay, pulihora. What is pulihora? Yeah, okay, so once again, there's really no wrong way of putting this carburetor, because if you put it on this way, it's not gonna really work. So there's only one way to put it back. So hopefully you can remember that if you're working on your machinery. You do want to make sure that you don't lose these gaskets. These gaskets do serve a purpose on both sides. So you want to make sure that you don't rip them when you pull this carburetor off. And if they stay stuck to the carburetor, then leave them like that. Don't pull them off. Just leave them like that. It'll save you a headache. I'm going to put this to the side. Then I'm going to get this fuel line out so I can replace the fuel filter. And then we're going to see what it looks like, because inside the carburetor, if you remember, there was a lot of dirt. So that means the fuel filter is clogged up and is letting all the dirt pass through. Alright, so let me move this throttle assembly out of the way. And I'm going to get a little flathead screwdriver and I'm going to pry on there to pop that back off. That'll way, Pralina means lemon rice. Oh, lemon rice. Yeah, lemon rice. That sounds pretty good. I'm going to get me a flathead screwdriver real quick. And we'll use this one. By the way, very good brand of tools. Very good brand right here. Let's bring this guy back. Alright. So, you just got to pry, push this guy. Let me show you here my new stand. Well, it's not new. I had it for like 3 years, but I just barely decided to use it today. So let me kind of turn it a little bit this way right there. Okay. Now I'm going to pry this off so we can get the fuel filter out. You just want to do it carefully. You don't want to destroy it, because then you'll have to go buy a new one. There you go, just like that. Comes out. Well, that doesn't look very bad. I've seen worse, but let's see what's going on. Why all that sand? Wow, wow. Look at that. It's kind of on there, a little loose, but we can fix that. Now you can take this fuel filter apart and you can actually look at the filter element that's inside, and that's where normally all the dirt and the sand is, and that's where it collects. But once it gets, you know, so dirty, it can no longer collect any more trash, so it just starts passing through the fuel system and it ends up in your carburetor, and then you're going to have more trouble down the road. So that's why it's important to replace these like once a year. If you're a homeowner, if you're a commercial business, then you probably need to replace these more frequently than that. But this is a homeowner unit. I'm going to go ahead and replace this, and he should be good for another year. So let me go grab another one of these real quick, and we're going to replace it. And here's the brand new one right here, and these are OEM Stihl fuel filters. One important thing that I want to mention is when you're going to get a fuel filter, you want to make sure that the holes are the same. You want to make sure that those holes are the same size, because some of them have them a little bit bigger, and if it's bigger, usually more gas goes through the system and it'll bog down your machine. So you want to stick with the same size hole that it has, and this one's the same size. It's something that I remembered kind of last minute there. So we'll put this on there like that, and then we'll put it back in there. Make sure there's no trash in there, which there's not. We'll put it back in there just like that. And putting this back on is kind of tricky. You just got to kind of work it in there. There's really no easy way, especially when it's already on the machine. If you had this tank out separately, you might be able to do it a little bit more easier. But since it's already all built on and assembled, I'm going to try to work with that and just press it in there with that flathead screwdriver very carefully and just get that grommet back inside the fuel tank. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Now I know you guys are probably asking me a lot of questions. I apologize. I'm trying to get this machine ready because I told my customer that I'll have it in 1 hour. So I'm trying to make sure I finish fast. Okay? So thank you guys for understanding. Rashmi ENT. Hello, Rashmi ENT. Who else is here? Swapna Recipe. Ram. Happy Navaratri. Breakfast finished? Yes. Breakfast is finished. Yes. Breakfast finished. Absolutely. Okay, so we got that back on and it was pretty easy. They're not always easy, but I got it on. Har Mahardev. Har Madarver. Yes, har. Okay, so now that we got that on, I'm going to spray these fuel lines just to make sure they're clean. And if I see any more oil or gasoline, actually, I'm going to probably end up replacing that. But right now, we're not replacing that. I do want to get a Torx 27 combination wrench, Torx 27, and just turn right here. Well, those are nice and snug. All right, nice and snug. Let's go ahead and, that's okay. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is put the carburetor back on. We're going to put the carburetor back on, and we're going to go ahead and make it happen. Malo, what's going on, Malo? How you doing? Malo? How them Raiders doing? Talk to me about those Raiders. Alright, so we're going to put the carburetor back on, and we're going to connect the throttle cable right here. We're going to connect that in just a moment. So let's put the carburetor on, and then we can connect the cable. Just like that. That was not very hard at all. That went pretty smooth. Los Angeles Califas. Yes, sir. So let's see how that works. So it's connected and it's good to go. All right. Let's put this guy there. This guy here. I'm going to spray these hoses real quickly just to make sure I don't see no leaks. This is a Stihl FS55 model, FS55R brush cutter, weed eater, whatever they call them in Califas. What do y'all call these in Califas? Weedas? My Raiders. Don't worry, they'll do better next time. Give them a chance. Give them a chance. Okay, so I drained the gas out, and we're going to put new gas. And I use the Stihl Moto Mix. This is probably the best stuff you can buy, so I highly recommend it. It's a little bit pricey, but it doesn't give you any problems whenever you store the equipment for the winter. And that's what's really cool about the Stihl Moto Mix. So we're gonna just put a little bit in here. See, we got it to about right there. That's good. All right, let's put the cap back on. Family voila. Okay, so now, Sarvesh. Sarvesh, yes, wonderful. Excellent. Shukriya. Shukriya, bro. Shukriya. Shukriya. Yes, India nighttime. Sarvesh, how are you doing today? We are fixing brush weed eater. FS55R Stihl. I believe y'all have this brand in India, right? Y'all have this brand in India. Family Wala, very good, Sarvesh. Yes, excellent. Most welcome. Thank you so much. Okay. Now we're going to put this back. Just like that. Okay. Yes, very good. Thank you, Sarvesh. Oh, am I seeing this right? Ruthless Records. What is going on, Ruth? Oh my. My. Ruthless Records is in the house. How are you doing, dear? Fix my motor too. Yep, gotta get in line. Gotta get in line. The rules have not changed. How you been doing, dear? Mera naam Mina. Yes, mera naam. Shukriya. Main achahon, my friends. No work till Tuesday. Oh no. I don't know if that's good or bad. Better than not having work, I guess. But that's almost a whole week. A whole week off. Alright, so we're going to put the air filter back on. And if you remember, the air filter is not dirty at all. It actually looks very good, so I'm just going to put that back on. Now this is a little bit, got some grass clippings in there. I'm going to go ahead and just spray that off and make it look good. But they're always going to look like that most of the time, so. Okay. Malu, I was thinking about you a few days ago. You were? I'll go on Teddy's live sometimes. I see you on there. But you know, nothing bad about that, but Teddy's channel is just something else now. Sarvesh, oh my goodness. Sarvesh continues to bless me. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Sarvesh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sarvesh Kumar Ji. My bro, thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it, my brother. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Yeah, it has. It's not the same no more. It's kind of it's a little upsetting, Ruth, that what Teddy's allowing his channel to become, but I guess if that's what he wants, that's what he wants. You know, bless his heart. Okay, so we got the air filter on. We got new gasoline in here. We replaced the bubble on the carburetor. You remember the little bubble? This guy right here has got a little hole in it, so we replaced it. And we're going to now move to the spark plug, and we're going to move to the muffler, and we're going to check it out real quickly. Family Wala, namaste, namaste, Sarvesh, namaste. Thank you for support, Sarvesh. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we can turn this, and I can actually turn it this way, right there. Let's take the spark plug out. We're going to remove the spark plug now, and all Stihl engines that use 2-cycle gas, well, they all use 2-cycle gas right now, but there's some that are a 4-mix design engine, excluding that, but all the original 2-stroke design engines, not that you know, not the newer stuff. And I say newer stuff is probably like within the last 10 years. They use a different spark plug. But all the older stuff, like from 2010 and down, use all the same spark plug, which is a Bosch. Speaking of Bosch, I forgot the number on the Bosch because I always use the NGK. It's a BPMR7A. BPMR7A, which is right here. Kind of hard to see. Sorry about that, guys. BPMR7A, NGK. BB channel. Hello, BB. I am doing good. Hang on a second, Malo. Let me give you Azul. I'm going to give you Azul. Sorry about that. Right there, right there. There you go, Malo. Now you're a Crip. Welcome to the Crips. Sarvesh. How is my Sarvesh doing? What is dinner special, Sarvesh? Dinner special, what is it? What is dinner special today? So this is the spark plug, brand new spark plug. We're going to replace it. We're going to put this one in there. Dinner special is chapati. No, chapati no. Corn. Now these are kind of hard to get off, so I use these needle nose to kind of pry it off, but you got to do it carefully and do it slowly. That way you don't mess nothing up. You're a sureño. Hey, okay, whatever. You know what I mean, man. This is a Bosch spark plug, and that's what the factory puts in these machines, is a Bosch. Here we go. Okay. Let's see what the spark plug looks like. Be careful that you don't pull on this too much, because if you pull it too hard, you'll disconnect a spring that makes contact with the spark plug, and then you're really going to have fun trying to put that back together. Today we had made dinner special farra. Farra? Oh wow, farra. I don't know what farra is. Wow, look at this. Oh my. Look, there's the hairs. How did a hair get inside there? My goodness. And then there's a bunch of black stuff at the tip. Let me show you the difference once again. Look at that. This is the new, brand new, no good. This is what we're going to put on there. Pancake. Pancake. Rice is available, so we had potatoes to make it like momos. Rice and potatoes. Oh yeah, I know all about that. I grew up on rice and beans. Okay, so the piston moves nicely. Yes, double tap, absolutely. Thank you, BB, so much. Thank you, sister. Thank you for being supportive. Thank you. Har, 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 har. So I'm putting the spark plug on now, getting it in there. And then I'm going to use the wrench to tighten it up. Okay. I apologize if I haven't been able to get to all your guys' comments. I'm trying to finish this machine kind of fast because they're going to come pick it up probably in 30 minutes. Okay, so now I got the spark plug replaced. Let's see. Double tap. Har har. Rice and beans. That's right. Abuelito. Don't hide. Keep comment. What do you mean don't hide? I'm not hiding. Okay. Abuelito Batman. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is the muffler right here. I'm gonna get a flashlight so I can see inside it. Now this is probably this is a Nemo flashlight, Nebo flashlight. The light's so bright you can't even see Nebo. It's a 10,000 lumen flashlight, which is way too much for what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna look inside the muffler to see if I see the screen, the spark arrestor, to see if it's clogged up. Wow. Okay. I'm looking inside that hole right there. That hole, that's what I'm gonna look into. And it looks like the spark arrestor has been removed. So somebody's already worked on this machine before. Somebody's already worked on it. But I'm gonna double check with this little beady flashlight. A Coast, West Coast. Calmate, West Coast. Okay. Yeah, somebody removed the spark arrestor. And that's kind of a good idea. Let me tell you about the spark arrestor real quick. The spark arrestor serves two purposes. First purpose is it doesn't allow any sparks to fly out, which I better say that loosely because I've seen sparks fly out with a spark arrestor, but not as much. Now this one is completely missing. So what does that mean? It means that sparks will fly out more easily, and it also means that if one of those sparks lands on like dry grass or dry leaves, it's going to catch it on fire more than likely. So that's the danger part of it. One of the positive things about it from a mechanic point of view is that spark arrestor will not get clogged up no more because it's gone. Usually those spark arrestors get clogged up because oil starts sticking to them, and then before you know it the machine won't run because it's so clogged up. But this one is gone. Somebody took it out. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not the first one that worked on it, but whoever did it ripped it off so they don't have to worry about ever getting clogged again. So, you know, on my equipment, well, I'm not even going to say what I'd recommend because I might get in trouble. But anyways, good job there. Good job there. Everything here looks good. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to look at the head here. This head right here. I'm going to take it off. As a matter of fact, the way I got this set up, let me make it a little bit more easier for me. Hang on just a second. Right there. There we go. Perfect. So I'm going to take this head off. I'm going to grease this one right here. And I don't even know why I'm wearing a glove. It's not like I'm going to get dirty now. All the dirty stuff is over. So I'm going to take this screw off right here. And I'm going to put a little bit of grease inside this gearbox to help keep it lubed. Let's see here. Suresh, please return. Thank you, Malo. BB done. Excellent. I'm just reading the messages. I'm just reading the messages. Make sure I don't miss nothing. Okay. Excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and with the same tool, this combination wrench, we'll take that off. Oops. Oh wow. On there kind of good. Okay. There we go. Okay. We'll take this off now. And this is going to give me access so I can put grease inside this gearbox. And you need to put grease in here once a year for residential use, maybe 2 or 3 times a year for commercial use. I'll show you what kind of grease you want to put in there. It's a low temp grease, and what that means is when this gearbox gets hot, that grease will melt and the gears will be soaking in that grease. So when it cools off, it kind of gets hard like a lard, and once it gets warm, it melts like a lard, and then gears are just bathing inside of that gearbox with all that oil. So I'm going to put some, or the grease, not oil, so I'm going to put some, a little bit of grease in there, and I'm going to show you about the proper amount that you should be putting in there. Oh wow, I'm almost running out. Okay, so you got two types of grease. You got a high temp and you got a low temp. And as you can see, I'm almost going to run out. I need to go get some more of this. I keep forgetting, and I'm probably going to forget again. And Stihl is so smart because they made this cap here. When you take the cap off, this threads onto there, almost like a screw. So you just turn it and it stays on there, and you give it a little squeeze, and you might say, how much? About the same amount that you put on your toothbrush is about what you're going to try to put in there, and you can't see it, so you have to kind of guess how much. So I'm going to give it a little squeeze, and typically you can feel when it fills up because it gets hard, like no more grease can go in there. So that's another sign that you've put sufficient amount. So you don't want to force it because you can pop the seals, but it takes a little bit of effort to pop the seals. So if you just use your two fingers and you squeeze the tube and you feel it get hard, stop at that point because it's already full. Okay? So this is the low temp grease. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get another one. I probably got enough to do maybe 2 more gearboxes and then it's done. Now we're going to take the drive shaft out of here, this long tube. We're going to take the drive shaft out and we're going to grease it, and then we're going to start the machine to see if it starts, which I have a good feeling it's going to start because that spark plug was trash. It was trash. In Spanish we say it was basura. We speak a lot of Hindi on the channel, but let's speak a little Spanish. Let's keep it diverse. Let's keep this channel diverse. Alrighty. So I'm just going to tighten that back up right about there. Now remember, whenever you loosen that and you tighten it back up, you want to get it on there kind of snug, because if that falls out, all the grease, when it gets hot, is going to pour out, and then all your beveled gears, what they call pinion gears inside here, are gonna get ruined because they're gonna run dry. So you want to make sure that when you tighten that back up, you do it pretty snug. Alright, to take off this whole thing, we loosen that screw right here once again with the combination wrench. Here we go. Alright, let's see here. One moment please. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, Raja Pool official, welcome Raja Pool. Welcome Raja. Welcome. And hello Mabel watching from America. Mabel, where are you watching from? I forgot, Mabel, where are you watching from? Alright, so we loosen that up. Some Stihl brush cutters have 2 screws, and this one, it's homeowner, it only has 1. So you loosen that one up. And another quick little tip. I get like I'm going to get a permanent marker, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Alright, so hang on a second. Okay. Alright. Hopefully you guys can still see me. Perfect. Okay, so when you take this off, you want to make sure that when you slide it back in, you get it all the way back to where it was. You don't want it to be too far out, because then that drive shaft doesn't make contact with the gear and this is never going to spin. So that's why I'm going to get this marker and make a line right there. I don't know if you can see that, but that way when I slide this back on, I know it's got to come all the way to the back where this black line is. So that's kind of a little tip that you probably want to keep in your pocket when you take this gearbox off, because I'll show you why in just a moment, because it's happened a lot. Alright, so now we're going to take this gearbox off, and it just slides off just like that. It just slides off. It's actually a little harder than I thought, but there you go. And you see this? You got to line it up. Inside here you got a hole where this shaft goes into, and if you don't line it up just right, this might only slide to about right here, not all the way to the black line. So that's why I make that black line, so I know it's got to go all the way back over here. If that makes any sense, let me know, because it makes perfect sense to me, and I'm pretty sure it makes sense to you guys. Okay, how do you guys like this chainsaw? This is another chainsaw. Very dangerous chainsaw, powerful chainsaw. Then I got another one right here. Powerful chainsaw. Excellent. Excellent. All right, let's get back to work. Well, good thing I have my gloves, because this is going to get a little messy. So what I'm going to do is take this flex cable drive shaft, flexible shaft. Some of them are solid steel, which means that they don't bend. It's a straight piece of solid metal, a solid steel drive shaft, and those provide you more torque than the flexible ones. But since this is a residential model, that's why they put the flexible one, because you're not going to really be doing hard work. You're just doing, you know, little stuff around your house. That's why they put this one in there. The commercial models have the solid steel drive shaft. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this out. We're going to take it out. And as you can see, here it is, the whole thing right here. Now I'm going to put grease in it, and I'm going to push it back in there while I'm adding a little bit of grease. So let me get the grease, and we're going to start greasing it up. Now for this one, you want to put high temp grease, which is different from what went. This one used low temp grease inside the right here. Low temp grease. This needs high temp grease, which is this stuff right here, high temp. So I'm going to take this off, and we're going to put some grease right here. I'm going to get over here so you can kind of see. Okay, this is basically all you got to do. You just get a little bit, just like that, and then you start pushing it in there. You don't want to put too much, because you're going to make a mess, and it's probably all going to end up getting caught up here at the tip. So just put a little bit, and then push it in, and then another little bit, push it in. See, I get it all stuck right here, so I'm trying to use that so I don't waste none. Not that this is terribly expensive, but I don't like wasting material. All right, here we go. You get the idea. Alright, so when you get to the end, what'd I do with my lid? Uh-oh. Oh, it's right here. When you get to the end, this is where you got to pay attention right here. Alrighty, alrighty. Alright guys, I apologize. I haven't been able to get to the messages because like I said, I'm trying to stay focused. So, if you see right here, I should have showed you this. The end is a square. It's a square shaft at the end. So I got to line it up over there with the square clutch drum. So when I put it in there, you see how it goes in all the way? Look how much is there. Like this much. Very little. But if I pull it out and turn it, watch. I got lucky. See that? It stopped. See how much is sticking out? A lot. So I got to pull it out and turn it until it lines up with the clutch. There you go. There's only a little bit now, so I know that it's in correctly. So now what I'm going to do is get the gearbox and slide it on all the way till this black mark. That's why I put that black mark there, so I know how far back it needs to go. Because now this square has got to line up with a gearbox. So sometimes you got to sit there and turn it to make it slide in the square, and then you push it all the way back over here. It gets a little tricky, but whenever you put that line there and you hit that line, you know you did good. So that's a good trick. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, here we go. You know, and I will say this, not to confuse you guys or nothing, but if you turn this, it turns inside there, it'll turn as well. That's kind of hard to see. And you can line it up like that. So what I try to do is put the top of the square on top. Something like that. That way it hopefully lines up on the first attempt. Yeah, it's very hard. Normally they slide on a lot more easier than what I'm kind of experiencing right now. So, all right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to loosen this up a little bit more because it's just really, really tight. It's not supposed to be that tight. I'm over here having a hard time putting it on. Okay. And it could be because there's dirt right here on the shaft. It could be because there's dirt in here. I mean, that's about as good as it's going to get. Make sure you don't drop it. Alright, so let's try again. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Man, that is on there really tight. Okay, I got another trick. I'm going to try to pry it open right here at the end. And see if I could get it to go in. Wow. This is... You know, I'm kind of glad that I'm having this little bit of a struggle, because normally they just slide in. This one is giving me a little bit of a hard time here. And what I'm going to do is figure out what's going on and why. Okay. Like I said, somebody's already been working on this, so they might have bent something, and I'm just now, you know, I'm getting the worst of it here. But Hang on a second. Where's that towel that I had right here? Okay, so what I'm going to do is kind of just clean here and try to figure out why it's jamming up. Shouldn't be jamming up, but it is. Oh man. All right. Okay. All right, now I don't think this will help, but I'm going to put a little bit of WD-40. Hopefully it slides in easier. I've never really had to do that, but right now, since it's giving me a little bit of a challenge here, I'm going to put some WD-40 and hopefully it just slides in. And if it works, well, I learned something today. You know, there's sometimes you can teach an old dog new tricks. So let's just put a little bit of WD-40. Kind of just rub it around. All right, let's see if we can get it in there now. All right, yeah, hey, woo! Hey, look, and I got it all the way to the back. So perfect. So whenever, watch, I'm gonna try to do it where it doesn't go. See, look at that. It stops. But look where the black line is. I still got about a ½ inch to go. So whenever that happens, you can turn this and push, and then you might line it up. And now you're all the way to the back line. Now what you want to do is make sure this is straight. You don't want this to be like this. You want it to be straight with the motor over there. So that looks about straight. I'm going to tighten that one up now. Okay. And this one you want to tighten just good enough to where it doesn't pull off no more. So that's good enough. You don't want to overdo it because you might break it. This is, I believe, what, magnesium or aluminum magnesium housing. So it's kind of easy to break. That's why you don't want to over tighten it. Because you can break it. And if you break this, it's very expensive to replace. Okay. So now that we got that fixed, we got everything fixed. I could, how long has this been? Almost 1 hour? Okay, that's not bad. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to put string when it runs out. I'm going to show you how to reload it with string. And I'm going to use the same string that's in here. I'm not going to put new string. Even though I could, but you know, I'm just gonna try to keep it where it's at. So let me turn this. Like that. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is take this off. And we're going to put, I'm going to show you how to reload the string whenever it runs out. Once again, I apologize everybody for not being able to look at your messages. I am very, very busy, but it's all good. It's all good. All right, one moment. All righty. Let's see here. Alrighty. So to take this off, you have two tabs. You have one right here where this indentation is, and then another one over here. So you got to push in and it pops out, and you push in and then this whole thing pops out just like that. We'll lay that to the side, and then let's just take this off real quick. I'm going to kind of show you real quickly. Oh wow, that's that's full of string, but I'm going to show you how to reload it. So give me just a moment, I'll show you how to reload it. Alrighty. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so this is what I wanted you to see. Alright, so you're weed eating and all of a sudden you're out of a string, out of the trimmer. You're out of the string here. So you got to pop this cap off. You want to look for that indentation and this indentation. And you just push your thumb in there and it pops it up. Push your thumb and it pops it up. What you're doing is you're bending these plastic tabs. You're pushing these plastic tabs in so it can pop it out, and then you push the other one and it pops it out. That's basically what you're doing. Next thing you do is you pull out this guy. And if you look back here, it has an arrow right there. See that arrow? It tells you which way you're going to wind the string. And that's the string for both sides, this side and this side. You wind them both the same direction. So next question may be is, how much string do I use? That's easy. It's basically, for me, it's 2 full arm lengths. That's 1. And well, it's not even 2. It's 1 and 0.7. You can normally go 2 and a half. So that's what, 6, 12, like 15 feet of line for each side. So you cut you about 2 pieces of string, about 15 foot long. And then, where did I leave it? Right here. Let me move this out of the way. What you want to do next is, you're going to see that hole right there. Oops. There's a hole right there. Oops. Right there. You push it in that hole right there until it stops. And only about a 1/2 inch fits in there. So once you do that, you remember what the arrow says. You turn it this way. You turn it this way. So we're going to go ahead and just hold it. And we're going to start turning it the same way the arrow was telling us. Just like that. Alright, then when you get down to the last 6 inches, you got these 2 little holes here. You got one right here and one right there. And then you got that one right here. You just want to wrap it and clip it inside one of those little holes. That's what it's for, so it can hold that string. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the bottom side. You always want to do the top side first, and then you want to do the bottom side last, because if you did the bottom one first, that string has to go up and it gets in the way when you're trying to do the top side. So you always do the top side first. Let me get the other piece of string. We're going to do the same thing. Same thing. We're going to push it through that little hole. Right there. Oh, right there. And then the arrow, we do it the same way. The arrow tells us to go. Just like that. Alright, and then now that we got the last 6 inches, we go through the top just like that. So you're gonna come over the top and put it in that other cutout. So now you got one there and one there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it back onto the head here. So what I like to do is I like to line up where the string would go. I like to line those up really close to there. So you got a spring here also, so you want to make sure you don't lose that. You push down and you turn until it's almost lined up. It's not quite lined up. It's about 1/8 of an inch off. But if I try to line it up dead center, it jumps back out. So I got to push back down and turn it a little bit, and that keeps it locked in there. And you want to lock it in there, because if you turn, watch what happens. It jumps back out. So you got to push down and turn, and it stays locked in there. So now I can get this and push it in there, and then this one, and do that. And I'm just going to kind of hold the strings over here with my fingers like that. Get the lid, put one in first, put the other in, and then just hit it down just like that. Now we want to pull the string, pull it like this, and now that jumps up. Now hopefully you learned how to put string in the trimmer head on a Stihl. There's a lot of different brands out there that may be a little different. This is very easy to do. There's probably other brands that are easy to do. But now here comes the good part. We're going to start the machine to see if it works. I'm pretty sure it will work because the spark plug looked like it was the problem here. So let's just double check and see what happens. So let's start the machine up. Let's start it up. Okay. Here we go. Hold on one moment, please. One moment. Okay. Okay, let's start the machine. I'm going to get back over here. Right here. Yeah, you guys can see, okay? So to start this machine, we want to first push the bubble, get gas inside the machine. Put it on the choke position, which is up. If you push it down, that's off choke. Up is choke for when the engine is cold. That's the way you want to put it. Oh, one moment please, sorry. Can't see nothing. Okay. Here we go. One moment please, guys. Okay, here we go. So we put it up. We push the bubble like 5 times, and then we're going to pull the string, and let's see if it starts. Here we go. Alright, here we go. We're going to pull the string. Okay, let's take it off choke. There it goes. It almost started. Good job, America. Good job, America. I'm going to turn it on one more time just to make sure that it starts. I'm going to put it on the on. Put it on the on. Pull it. All right. All right, excellent. I'm so happy. Good job, America. Good job, America. Guys, I'm so happy that it works. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Lovely India. Oh, one moment, please. There you go. How you doing? Lovely Anu. Welcome, welcome. Yes, it started off. It works. Okay, Rashmi. Thank you, Rashmi. Hello, Rashmi. Yes, so everybody, it works. I'm so happy that it works. That's the whole point of the video, was to make sure that the trimmer was going to work. I know that my customer is going to be extremely happy because he only paid $70. I think these machines, brand new, are a little over $200, maybe like $225, maybe even $250 now. But anyways, he'll be very happy that it was very little that it needed, mainly a spark plug. The fuel filter, well, yeah, that too. But that's really about it. The greasing of the gearbox, the greasing of the drive shaft, that's just part of maintenance. That didn't really have anything to do with the performance of it not running. But now that it's running, it's got a fresh squirt of grease inside the gearbox. The drive shaft's ready to go. He should be enjoying this for a year before I see it again. But that's just what it is. It's to show you guys what to look for and how to fix machinery that you might find at a pawn shop. $70 is not bad. You know, he's a friend of mine, so probably not going to charge him an arm and a leg. I'm just probably going to charge him a finger. So he'll be happy with that. But anyways, guys, that's the end of my live stream. I truly thank you for watching my live stream, for enjoying my live stream. Sarvesh, thank you for your support. Thank you so much. Namaste, namaste to you, brother. Thank you so much. Everybody here, all the people that are members, thank you for the memberships. You guys are very welcome, and you guys are what makes the channel what it is. Once again, I'm Mike with M&G Hydraulic Technologies. I thank you for your time. I can't wait to make another live stream. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday. I don't know when, but I like doing live streams now. Thank you guys for hanging in there and being loyal to my channel. I truly appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. I know it's nighttime, probably sleep time India. Sleep time India. So have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful night. And always remember to say your prayers before you go to bed. Say your prayers before you go to bed. God loves you. Nobody else loves you as much as God loves you. So have a wonderful night. Vicky bro, hello Vicky. Yes, my live stream, you're too... Yeah, I'm finished. We got the machine running. Everything is good. Now I'm going to wait for the customer to come pick it up, and we're going to have a nice day. So it's, what, 11 o'clock in the morning, so it's almost lunchtime for America, people, and it's almost sleep time for you guys. So 12 a.m. to 12, okay. All right, Priya, yes, thank you. Mama Shorts, Mamta Shorts, hello. Yeah, Sika, thank you, Didi. Yeah, so thank you guys once again for watching my live stream and enjoying it. Priya, no, yeah, Priya, Priya, not Preeti, Priya. No cry, please, no cry. Because they were eating. Eating, yes, very good, you got to eat. Guys, thank you once again. Have a wonderful rest of your day. It's Thursday. You guys are almost in Friday. We're still in Thursday. You guys are one day ahead of us. Have a wonderful day. I love all of you guys. I'll see you next time. Shukriya. Most welcome. Shukriya, my friends, my brothers, my sisters. Thank you. Thank you all once again for your love and support. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Take care of yourself. Shukriya.